All right, guys, we're going to talk about something again. I want to reiterate this. This is a brand new straight razor, and it came from a customer. He brought it to me Friday night. He brought it up to, met me at the Helms Brewing Company, and specifically said, he's like, I bought it and it just didn't feel like it wanted to cut. I want to reiterate to you guys, a brand new straight razor, 99.9% of the time, it's not going to be shave ready. Now, there are companies out there that sell straight razors that are labeled as shave ready, and that's because they have either sent them to someone like me. I used to have a friend that had a direct sales internet, and he'd buy, but he actually closed his doors. His business went under. He would sell razors on the internet, and he would take a certain amount of the razors, send them to me, I would sharpen them, and then he would sell them as shave ready. He no longer does that. Boy, it was good money. I would love to have that happen again. If any of you guys do that, sell razors, I am available. I know how to sharpen straight razors really well. But what happens is these razors come from the factory and they are not shave ready, and people will get them and then they shave with them and they nick the crap out of themselves and they pull, and then they take them to somebody that puts tape on the spine or sharpens them to 2,000, 3,000 grit, and it's just not a comfortable shave. And the other thing that I am noticing is I think that the old guard at places like Dovo and TI, Fisser's Assard is the way I pronounce it. Feel free to correct me. Send me a link to a video where you tell me how to correctly pronounce it, because I'm not 100% sure. But basically, I think that the old craftsmen that had been there for so long are starting to phase their way out, and what I'm seeing is there's a lot of razors that are coming out of well-known companies. Dovos for a long time have come with misgrinds, coming with a frown. But some of your expensive TIs, your Fisser Assards, they shouldn't, for what you're paying, shouldn't be having misgrinds where they're already coming with a frown. Should not be having that problem. It's my 12,000 grit razor stone. It does get knives done on it, but so yeah, it's becoming more and more prevalent, even with the really expensive brands that putting stuff away, that these razors are coming with issues. So beware of that. So when you buy a razor, pull it out, tell you what I think you should look for. I'm friends with the manager of the Art of Shaving. As a matter of fact, if you buy at the one Art of Shaving, I'm friends with Anthony, and basically he has given my information out to the rest of the Arts of Shaving in San Diego. So if you buy a straight razor at the Art of Shaving, pretty much you get my business card for sharpening, which is pretty cool. So when you get a straight razor from them, what I recommend, or buy a straight razor period, if you're buying it from a retail store, is look down the blade. Just hold the blade like so and look from the heel to the toe. It's a little bit easier if you hold the handle end and look heel to toe at a slight parallax. That's a little bit of an angle to the side. I like to use big words every once in a while. So get it straight, look down it, and turn it. Cant it off just a little bit, and then look from heel to toe and see if you see a big dip or a wave. This one has a slight frown. Now, if it had been any worse, I would have had to have rubbed it on the stone to take it out heel and toe. But as this gets sharpened consecutive times, it's going to it's gonna take that frown out. They'll wear it, it should wear either wear evenly and we won't have a problem, or that frown will stay, will work its way out. Actually, I'm sorry, it's not a frown, it's a smile. A frown is the other way. A frown is where it wears the heel, it's worn at the heel and the toe, and it's high in the middle, which is actually worse. It's a lot more work to take. A smile is actually easier to take care of than a frown. I'm a goof. So yeah, it's just one of those things to look for. And like I said, the art of shaving here, I've had customers bring their razors here that they bought there, and I'll look at it and say, hey, I would recommend taking it back and seeing if they'll return it. And I've yet to have them not, based on my recommendation, especially if it's the one where Anthony works at, because they know me, and I've shown them that I wouldn't say that I'm an expert. I'm not, but I'm not a layman compared to, you know, because a lot of times the folks that work at the art of shaving, they don't have a lot of the expertise in that, because I don't know if you guys know this, art of shaving is owned by Procter & Gamble. Yeah, that's why when you go in, all of the cartridge razors in there, the only cartridge razors you're going to see in there are owned, they're the Gillette made by Procter & Gamble. Didn't know that, did you? Didn't. So yeah, no, just something to look at before you walk out of the store. And then there's this. So I sharpened it. It's been a little bit. The sun's almost down. I started on this. This took a good bit of work. But Carol, it has got a mirror finished edge. And let's see if I can get a piece of paper out here somewhere. Let's see. It's hair popping sharp all the way down the length of the. Yeah, you said you wanted stupid sharp. Now I want you to keep in mind, Carol, to be careful. So now I'm assuming that Carol is one of my subscribers, because to get my information all the way up in New Hampshire, pretty sure you're either a subscriber or you've watched a couple of my videos. I like this. It's nice. I really want one now. So we're going to talk about this. I'm not going to do any cutting or anything with this, but this is a J.J. Martinez Santa Cruz, made in Spain. Don't know what the steel is. You can see it's all handmade. Hand hammered pivot. All of this has been hand pinned. You have two different kinds of bone to give you. It really is comfortable to hold. It was, for as large as it is and awkward as it may look, it really was not that hard to sharpen. For me, I really want to just cut someone. I want to cut someone in half. You can just take someone off at the shoulders with this. But yeah, oh, it got wicked sharp. It had a couple minor grind issues, but you know, you get that with a hand ground. Large blades are hard to maintain a good grind on. So yeah, clear out to the tippy tip. It is stupid sharp. This is my second video for the day. I'm going to try and put as much content as I can up for you guys, but like I said, that is determinant on whether I get stuff in that I can do guest blades on, like this, and if I get I hate to harp on the Patreon thing, but if I can get people to Patreon and buy things, then I can give them away. Yeah. So, yeah, these things are awesome. They come in all kinds of sizes. I looked on the website for JR Martin knives. Ooh, I'm tired. They come in all kinds of sizes. Seems to be fairly well constructed. I like the ratcheting pivot. It locks. It's not going to come closed on you. It ratchets open, and then you have to lift this up and release that lock mechanism. And let's see if you can see it. There's teeth in there that you have. Ooh, let me get my fingers out of the way. You have to hold that up and then push past the last tooth before you get it down. And I mean, it's pretty well centered for such a large knife. It is an attractive knife. You can see it was hand polished. As a matter of fact, if you look, polishing compound still down in the grooves of the knife. It obviously has not been ran a bunch of times, because there is still polishing compound down in the mainspring down in there. So yeah, nah, just the first time I've had one of these show up. Now, I've seen the cold steel espadas and things like this, but this is the real deal, no joke, from Spain. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna get these 2 videos put together and posted, and I will talk to you all later. Take it easy.